Here are the answers to the derivatives and slopes of tangents and df dx's. We're pretty much asking for the same thing every single time, so that's why we asked it in all these different ways, so you get used to this. I can't tell you the mistakes you made because I can't hear you, obviously, but this video might help because I can make some guesses as to where the errors are. Okay, so here f of x is negative 3x plus 1. Find f prime of x. Well, f prime of x is just the derivative, or it's the equation for the slope of the line tangent to this function. And if you remember from Algebra 1 and Algebra 2, this function, if I were to write it this way, y equals negative 3x plus 1 is just a line with a slope of negative 3. So the slope of any tangent to that line had better be negative 3. You still have to show your work, of course, but if you don't get negative 3, it should sort of spark some thoughts. Okay, so here's x minus 3 squared, and I want you to find d dx of x minus 3 squared at x equals 2. And if we were to draw the graph of x minus 3 squared, it has a vertex at x equals 3, and it's a parabola that opens up. And what is d dx of, what am I asking for? I am asking for the slope of the tangent line at x equals 2. And well, look at this line right here. Whatever answer we get, it better be negative because we can see it sloping down and to the right. And it turns out, after you do your limit definition of derivatives, you should get 2x minus 6 is the equation for the slope of the tangent line given any x. And this right here, if this doesn't look great, but this straight line down here means evaluate this at x equals 2, which is what I was asking for, x equals 2. And the slope of the line tangent to x minus 3 squared at x equals 2 is negative 2, or d dx of x minus 3 squared at x equals 2 equals negative 2. Okay, we're going to take care of that. If you made a mistake with this one, you foiled wrong. I can pretty much guarantee that. Slope of the tangent line at x equals 0 of y equals 4, well, this one, just to go sort of forward in this graphing idea, here, this is the equation f of x equals 4. No matter what you put into this function, you get the number 4 out. And the slope of the tangent line anywhere is 0, but you still have to use the limit definition to show that the slope is 0. The square root of x minus 4, I want the equation for the slope of the equation for slope of tangent as a function of x, and here I wrote m is equal to 1 over 2 root x minus 4. And if you did not get this, most likely you did not multiply correctly by the conjugate. I want df dx of this function right here, x over 4x plus 3. If you did not get this, you did not WBS correctly. And this WBS stands for Wham Bam Slam, and we talked about this in class. I will never say Wham Bam Slam because it is just a student-invented algorithm for adding and subtracting fractions. But if you did not get that, to get this answer, you most likely did not WBS correctly. Also, notice in my expression for df dx, 3 over 4x plus 3 quantity squared, I left the 4x plus 3 alone. I did not FOIL that. So that's one way you can possibly get that one wrong. The derivative of f with respect to x of 1 over x plus 4 is negative 1 over x minus 4 squared. If you did not get this, you definitely did not WBS correctly. Or you possibly did not distribute a sign correctly. maybe it was a negative sign. Okay, the next one, find f prime of 3, and here's our function 2 root x plus 1. The answer should be 1 over, the derivative, or the f prime of x, should be 1 over the square root of x plus 1, and I asked to evaluate that at x equals 3. And when you put in x equals 3 for x, say we have 1 over the square root of 4 is equal to 1/2. And this is a positive slope, and if you were to graph any square root of x function, it would look like this. And I wanted it at x equals 3, so it kind of makes sense that it would be a positive slope. So this is for the graphic thinker. This is what you would think about when you look at your answer to make sure it makes sense. All of this stuff is very algebraic, but the graphic, you cannot forget the graphic representation of things. Okay, so negative 1 over 2x minus 1. I want to know what f prime of x is, and it is this expression right here, 1 over 2x plus 1 quantity squared. And if you did not get this, you most likely, when you had to find minus f of x in your numerator, I am guessing that since f of x is negative 1 over 2x minus 1, that you did not remember that a negative times a negative equals a positive. So you should go back and look over that, and then you should also double check that you WBS'd correctly. All right, that's it. Good luck, fives. We're all counting on you.